Hey y'all, welcome back to the Holy Comforter Episcopal Church YouTube Bible Study. I'm Jimmy Abbott, the priest here at Holy Comforter, and I'm going to spend the next few minutes reflecting with you on this Sunday's Gospel lesson. It's taken from the 6th chapter of the Gospel according to St. Mark. Just to kind of set the stage where we are, a couple weeks ago, Jesus commissioned the 12 apostles to go out on their missionary journey. They cured the sick. They cast out demons. They proclaimed the coming of God's kingdom. And now they've come back to Jesus, as sort of a huddle up, to share and to reflect upon what they had taught and what they had did. But the story says that they're recognized for what they've done, and the crowd, the people start crowding in around them. And it says that they had no leisure even to eat. So they hop in a boat and go to another part of the lake, a deserted place, to try to find some peace and quiet so that they can continue to reflect on their work. But it says that the crowd continues to find them, that they continue to flock to Jesus. And it says that Jesus has compassion on them because they were like sheep without a shepherd. And it says then wherever they go that they were casting out demons, curing the sick. And there, you get this sense of great energy of what was happening. A couple of reflections about that, and the first is the need for rest. It's crucially important, I think, in our digital age to remember that God calls us to times of rest. That it's okay to turn off the email for a little bit. It's okay to just spend some time with your family or with your kids with no agenda other than to simply to be with one another. It is countercultural, but I also think it's one of the gifts that the church can give to the world, is this memory of how to rest. And in the resting, actually, we're rejuvenated and we grow again. The other is the sense that the message of Jesus is so powerful that people are just flocking to Jesus, that he does not have like an ad campaign. He doesn't have any sort of big billboards or anything, that people are just coming to him because they see something in Jesus that they know and they love and they want more of. I think that the same is true today. I think that our world is desperate to hear good news, is desperate for salvation, is desperate to be cured of all those ills that have beset our society and our world. I actually still do think that people want to meet Jesus, and it's the church's fault oftentimes that we have gotten in the way of our own message, that we have propped up the church rather than propped up Jesus. So it's a reminder to us that in everything we do as a church, that it all needs to point to Jesus rather than having Jesus point to the church. I realize that can be an odd thing to hear coming from a priest, one who is very much invested in the church, in the institution, in our buildings, in our spaces, and our places. And I actually think all of those are good things as long as we use them as an avenue to proclaim the Lord Jesus so that all may hear the good news of God's salvation. I see this most especially on Ash Wednesday. For those of you who don't know, we do drive-through ashes on Ash Wednesday. We have our traditional worship services of Holy Eucharist and imposition of ashes on Ash Wednesday, but we also have drive-through ashes in which we invite anybody in the community who wants to come in to our parking lot. They come in, I pray with them, I impose ashes on them, and I have the same sense that it's like watching sheep without a shepherd. People who pull in weeping, crying, broken, lost, lonely, looking for something, some meaning, some moment in their life that is sacred and holy, something that is beyond them. So I really do think that the story that we're going to read this Sunday is what I experience every Ash Wednesday, is seeing hundreds of people flock to us, desperate to hear something. And so I turned it to you, for you church people. Who is flocking to you right now? Who is coming into your life seeking meaning, seeking grace, seeking love? And I pray that you have the Spirit of Jesus with you to open up your heart and to be that place, that shepherd for them in that moment, so that they may too experience the grace of God. Thank you all for joining me, and I'd love to hear from you. Leave a comment in the comment section or send me an email, jimmy@holycomforterspring.org.